Danny Wallace of Atlanta, Georgia, runs a self-ordained ministry based on his story of incest, deliverance from homosexuality, and a complete healing of AIDS. He is a compelling speaker and tells a story which is exceptional. Look harder and you may see Danny Wallace's ministry as based on a lie, "Dad made me gay," which is substantiated by uncorroborated allegation and falsely sanctioned by claims of divine approval, a cure from AIDS. The claims: a complete healing of AIDS. He experienced only what could be described as a miraculous healing. The HIV virus remains below the detectable level in his blood. The facts: Danny takes HIV medication daily, a small detail he usually manages to omit. If, for example, I had diabetes and I was to claim that because I've not had a diabetic episode in years, I've had a complete cure from diabetes, but was to omit telling you that I take insulin on a daily basis, you would think I was being deceptive, would you not? Treatment is effective. Modern antiviral treatment in more than 95% of people on treatment achieves viral suppression to below detectable levels in a huge, overwhelming majority of cases. The AIDS diagnosis still stands, even if, after treatment, the CD4 T-cell count rises to above 200, or other AIDS-defining illnesses are cured. So, what's the problem here? The problem is one of deception. AIDS is the symptom, HIV is the cause. The Christian audience cannot be expected to know these niceties and believe, because of the facts' limited half-truths that they are given, that they are looking at a miracle, rather than the expected result of modern clinical treatment of a chronic condition. It's worse. Belief in miraculous healing combined with a denial or failure to acknowledge the role of medical treatment can be worse than deception. It can be deadly. Danny claims to have been delivered from homosexuality near 30 years of age. In 2003, late 2003, he was defined with AIDS-defining conditions. Danny Wallace was born in 1954, and so was 30 in 1984. So what's the problem here? This seems to be a 20 or more year gap from the last possible HIV risk until developing AIDS. Is this credible? Fathers make gays. The claim: you will never find a homosexual male who will tell you that father figure in my life literally adored the ground I walked on. The facts: many gay men have fantastic and nurturing fathers who they could easily say that about. Many don't. The same goes for heterosexual men. The families are no better and no worse. And what then makes lesbians? Abusive mothers? So what's the problem here? Naming all fathers of gay sons as physically and or sexually and or emotionally abusive or uncaring. What part of this is okay? This is just hurtful nonsense. Sexual orientation may have many and varied causes, but ultimately it is the choices each individual makes, their own honesty, decency, plus the respect they show others and the respect they are accorded that matters. Danny Wallace is a self-proclaimed liar. In 1975, he claims the terminal illness, brain cancer. In the same year, he fakes mail to himself in support of his claimed illness. Later that year, he changes churches and then has a miraculous cure from his fake illness. In 1986, guess what? The fake illness is back. The facts. He has never had brain cancer and simply constructed elaborate lies to hide further lies, elicit sympathy, and get himself out of tight spots. The second time he was found out by his pastor, who told him that the lies were classic symptoms of someone who has been severely abused and was a closet homosexual. So what's the problem here? Danny is discovered in his deception and given an explanation that allows him to shift the blame and shame onto his father. Convenient. Look for proof. He claims abuse from the age of 5 until the age of 17 from multiple men, including his father, obviously. He claims to have been openly sold and pack raped by up to 15 men. He claims to have been sexually abused by his assistant principal, along with other boys at his school, sometimes in groups. The facts. Look for any convictions made, charges brought, or complaints laid against any of these many abusers. Look for supporting claims from other boys. If such evidence exists, do you not think Danny would have shared this very loudly? Look for support for his claims from family or medical records. Danny returned and lived rent-free next to his father with his own young sons in a home provided by his father for 9 years, from about age 21 till about age 30. Ask yourself, if you had been horrifically abused both physically and sexually from age 5 until you left home at 17, would you return home 5 years later with your own young sons to live next door to your abuser? Danny on his own family. My own family defend their father's legacy as a good, hard-working man. So what's the problem here? The more outlandish the claim, the more people emotionally accept it as gospel, when objective facts should reasonably be expected. Of course, critical thinking is difficult, and these things are not at all nice to point out, especially in relation to child sexual abuse claims. However, Danny Wallace has founded his ministry on this, so it's both relevant and necessary to look hard at the facts.
Question why I'm smiling. You buy a piece of paradise, you buy a piece of me. I'll get you everything you wanted, I'll get you everything you need. You don't need to believe in hereafter, just believe in me. 'Cause Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. and wife beside me. But she don't know about my girlfriend or the man I met last night. Do you believe in God? 'Cause that is the war I'm selling. And if you wanna get to heaven, I'll see you right. You won't even have to leave your house or get out of your chair. You don't even have to touch that dial, 'cause I'm everywhere. And Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh yes, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. Well, he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright. Won't find me practicing what I'm preaching. Won't find me making no sacrifice. But I can get you a pocket full of miracles. If you promise to be good, try to be nice. God will take good care of you. Which is to do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, I'm counting my blessings, 'cause I found true happiness. 'Cause I'm getting richer day by day. You can find me in the phone